Jeez, and I thought crossing the border from Queensland to New South Wales was hectic. This is different. G'day, it's Adam here again with another quick instant movie review for you. So tonight I caught Deadland. This is the latest film from first-time feature filmmaker Lance Larson. Now, he's made a couple of short films. He's worked extensively in art departments across the United States, and this is his first feature film. What's it all about? Well, it tells the story of a Border Patrol agent by the name of Angel Waters. He basically is the head of a small group of people that are patrolling this border not too far from El Paso of Mexicans who are trying to break across to the American border. Now, he's interesting because he is the son of a Mexican father that he never knew and of a recently deceased white American woman. So he has a bit of both sides going on, and he has a beautiful pregnant wife at home by the name of Hannah, played by Kendall Ray. So his job is basically just to protect the border. Then one day, whilst doing his job, he has a bloke trying to get across the border through this water. He slips, seemingly drowns, so Angel puts him in the back of the car, and wouldn't you know it, the bloke pops up out of his body bag and freaks him out. And at the same time, Hannah has a bloke arrive at their house that is saying that he's actually Angel's father. Odd. Then there's two police detectives that wander into town. Are they somehow connected? Who knows? Is all of this interconnected somehow? I guess you're going to have to see the film to find out. So as I mentioned, this is Lance Larson's feature film debut after cranking out a heap of different shorts, and his short films have all been around racism, political policies, border policies, post-traumatic stress disorder. He's working here with a cinematographer, Jazz Shelton, who's got some amazing imagery in this. There is actually some really good cinematography in this film. The interesting thing about this, I found, is that it takes something that could be quite a politically charged drama situation and puts a horror trope into it. There's some really interesting things that happen in this film, and I kind of don't want to give them away, but they're slightly unsettling, whilst also sort of bringing to the forefront this amazing racism that is prevalent in the United States towards Mexicans. It's really quite there. It's very well played, but behind this supernatural horror trope. So the director has really crafted an interesting piece of work here. I thought when I first saw this, I thought, is this going to be a bit of a direct-to-video kind of thing with some medium level acting and a relatively, baseline story, that might want to try and shout something out from the rooftops but be lost on everyone else. Well, what's interesting is the director has taken a story trope and a genre that everyone knows in a horror genre and kind of weaved it into this political story in a very interesting way. And that wouldn't necessarily work if you didn't have a good script and you didn't have some good acting behind it. The acting in this is actually really good. I was pleasantly surprised. There's not really one person in this film that lets it down. Potentially some of the two FBI agents that come into town. Everyone else puts in a really solid performance, and I have to take my hat off to Kendall Ray in this. She does a really great job with a really small amount of material that she's been given as Hannah, as Angel's pregnant wife. She does a really great job in this film. So this film actually surprised me. I wasn't expecting much, but I came away with some interesting thoughts. Was kept quite interested. There is some hammy musical score going on. That's probably one of the only things that really lets it down. Those stabby synthesizer notes when something horrific happens. It's kind of a bit of a shame to have that come out, but I suppose they're trying to generate a reaction. But I really think that without that, I think that Lance Larson has done a really competent job of creating something quite interesting with a really interesting script that he helped craft. And I'm interested to see what he does next, to be honest, in the feature film realm, and with some interesting story techniques, because I thought this was actually quite a good film. So it's called Deadland. I'd probably give it a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10. It is a really interesting story, well shot, well written, and well acted. So if you get a chance, check it out. It's called Deadland. I'll put a few places where you can find it in the description below. But yeah, I'd say it's worth giving it a crack. That's my review for tonight. I hope you have the most amazing evening, and I look forward to catching you all again next time in my car.